Hello students, welcome you all in my YouTube class. This is Vishal Pandey, and as you all know that we are taking a number of series to understand the power of East India Company and how they came here in India especially, and they lived here and how they ruled India in a different way. We are going to understand this. As far as their invaders, in India, so many invaders came throughout Arabs and then Britishers itself. So we will understand that what impact they played here and how we could associate those invaders with our country's history. So if I talk about the very first topic which you should understand, because we have already discussed the timeline which was given all the way, and we have to start this lecture from 1498, how the Vasco da Gama came India and he discovered the Indian country, India. So let me tell you one more thing, that before starting this chapter, let me draw your attention towards the voyages and the discoveries. If I talk about voyages of discoveries, what do you mean by this? That we are very much insisting a fact of in early days there were no aircrafts, there were no aeroplanes. People used to travel through oceans, and it used to take long time it used to take. So people used to go from one continent to other continent through ships. So ship was only medium to connect one country to the others, or one island to other, or one continent to other. So people came in India in the form of sailors. They came here and they discovered. So we will understand how Vasco da Gama came India, how Britishers came India, and what role they played in India. So let us begin with our topic. So children, as you can see on your screen, it is very much clear that your first topic is voyages of discovery. What it means? It is clearly mentioned that how the people from Europe, how the people from Arab, they came to India, and what they took from our country along with them. We will understand each and everything. So you can see that between the 7th and 14th century, Arab traders dominated the trade between the east and the west. What it means? It is clearly mentioned that between this century 7 to 14, the Arabians came to India throughout east and west. So they came not only in India, but also they started searching the path, the route through ships, so and so forth. So they took spices, you can see they took spices, textiles, sugar, indigo, everything they took with them, along with them from India by seaports on the Persian Gulf and the Red Sea. If you want to know about Red Sea, just go on the world map and just look towards the left of Arabian Sea. It is situated there on the north-south corner. So you can see it from there itself, the Red Ocean, Red Sea. The goods were being then carried over land to Europe. So especially Arabians used to take these all necessary things with them, along with them, and from there, from Arabia, everything was exported to European countries. If we see that if you want to understand that why these people were sharing the goods in Europe, because they were getting good amounts of money from European citizens and from European countries. So each and everything was flourished, and each and everything was depending on the cost which they were getting in an appropriate way. So in 1453, you can see in the year 1453, Constantinople, the capital of the Eastern Roman Empire, fell to the Turks. Now, yet this Constantinople is now known as Istanbul. You can understand this. And first, it was the capital of Roman Empire, but later on, it was Turks came and they defeated Romans and they took advantage of Constantinople and they ruled Constantinople, and then they confiscated the root for the Turks confiscated the roots for Arabs. They stopped the roots for Arabs, and Arabs were not allowed to now go from Constantinople across Constantinople through to Europe. So ultimately Europeans were now not getting any materials, any foods, any goods from Arabs, which they carry with them from India itself. So Arabians were now somehow they were in you know in a problem now, and they started something interesting, because India was at that time very much famous for its spices. It is famous now as well, but European used to they liked the spices of India's spices. They liked very much because they used to keep their meat alive during winter season. So spices help to uh, maintain their food for the long time. So ultimately they need spices. For the sake of spices, for the sake of sugar, for the sake of Indian textile, indigo and each and everything, a series of voyages were undertaken by European explorers sponsored by monarchs of Portugal, Spain and England. This point is very important. What it means? Because England, Portugal, Spain, every country of Europe wanted the spices from India. So for the sake of spices, for the sake of trade, the king, the monarchs sponsored. What do you mean by sponsored? They spent some money on the voyages and on the explorers. They suggested them, the monarch itself suggested all the voyages and explorers to go and find out the route, how they can reach in an easy way towards India. So as a result of the voyages of discovery, direct trade routes were established between the west and the east. So now it was depending on the eastern side to western side. People today, we can see that where is England. Today we can clearly know that where is America situated. But at that time there was no map, nothing was there, and people used to guess that earth is flat. Each and everything which is here today, we can imagine, we can feel it, we can see it, is all because of the science. And at that time science was not at its pinnacle, so people used to imagine only. So they started searching in terms of the eastern people started voyaging, and they used to travel towards west, and the west people used to travel towards east. So this was the reason, students, why people used to move from here to there in search of trade, in search of food, in search of new civilization. So the Arab domination, you can see here, the Arab domination of the Indian Ocean was replaced by that of the Portuguese. So on the Indian Ocean, where Arab domination was there, where Arab people were ruling on Indian Ocean, what it means? It means that on Indian Ocean, sometimes Arab people used to come and trade, and now they were extinct, and Portuguese replaced them. Portuguese came because you know that in 1498 Vasco da Gama discovered India. So Portuguese came, and then Dutch came, Britishers came, and then French followed them. So first Portuguese came to India, then Dutch came, then Britishers came, and then French came, and Britishers were everlasting. Britishers सबसे लास्ट में गए इंडिया से. This what you have to keep in your mind. So this was the story of the explorers, the sailors, how they find out the sea route towards India and how they came to India. Now we will understand the formation of European trading companies, how European trading companies came into existence. You can see clearly that European company and European countries were very, they were having very much interest among themselves to colonize some new countries, and they wanted to underestimate the new civilizations as well. So in Europe there were few countries, those who are having a tough competition among them, and they were Dutch, Britishers, Portuguese and French. All these countries were having competition in terms of colonizing new countries, in terms of trade, in terms of business. Everything were under competition among them. So Portuguese came, then Dutch came, and they formed in 1602, established their factories in Masulipatam, Surat and Cochin. This is very important. This you have to keep in your mind. It can be asked in your examination that Dutch established their company in 1602 at which place? Masulipatam, Surat and Cochin. So this was in terms of in a sequence. So this is very important. You should know this. And in next video I am going to tell you that how England came in India, Englishman came in India, and how England dominated Indians and how they started their business, their trade in India itself. Till then, take care. Bye bye.